Hello and welcome to the Weekly Sports Podcast. I'm Evan, and this week we'll be talking about the Week 12 in the NFL and a little bit about the NBA. This week in the NFL, the Bills beat out the Chargers 27-17. The Chargers might be down because of an injury to their defensive end Melvin Ingram III. Next, the Saints blew out the Broncos 31-3. Neither of these teams have big injuries, but the Saints have been on a roll as of recently, and they're at the top of the NFC South, their division, with a record of 9 wins and 2 losses. The 49ers barely beat out the Rams with a score of 23-20. A common occurrence this week in the NFL is close scores. The Rams did not have a good first drive as they fumbled at about the 50-yard line. Then, the same drive for the 49ers, the ball was intercepted. After this, it was a tough fight for the rest of the game, with the Rams again just coming up short. The Chiefs won against the Bucs 27-24. The Chiefs had a great first drive, getting a field goal in just over 3 minutes. The rest of the game was a tough fight. Next up, the Bears losing out to the Packers 25-41. Aaron Rodgers had a good game with 4 touchdown passes. They had a strong comeback after losing to the Colts in Week 11. Next, the Seahawks beat out the Eagles 23-17. Both quarterbacks had a good game, with Russell Wilson having 0 picks and Carson Wentz having only 1. Next, the Texans doubled the score of the Lions 41-25 on Thanksgiving. The Lions are not doing too well in the league this season, with a record of now 4-7. Next, the Washington football team destroyed the Cowboys 41-16. This is a big part due to the injury to Dak Prescott, putting him on the sidelines for the rest of the year. The Cowboys had a good start, but then fell apart as the game went along, scoring only 3 points in the third quarter and scoring none in the fourth. Now the Cowboys have a record of 3-8 at the bottom of the NFC East. The Titans won over the Colts 45-26. Both teams play hard, but the Titans ended up wanting the win more. The Vikings beat the Panthers with a score of 28-27. This was a good fought game all the way through. The Browns had a good game against the Jags 27-25. This was again a good hard fought game. Next is the Patriots beating the Cardinals 20-17. Cam Newton had a good game, then Nick Folk with the game-winning field goal. The Bengals played the Giants this week and lost 19-17. Another close game, but the Giants got ahead early with the longest completed pass so far this year. The Bengals had an amazing response with a 103-yard kickoff return the very next drive. Both teams made lots of small plays, but the Giants pulled out the win. Next, the Dolphins buried the Jets to keep the Jets at 0-11. The Dolphins held the Jets to only a field goal. The Jets have not had a good season, and there is a chance of them not winning a single game. The Jets have no chance of getting into the playoffs this year. Next, on Sunday, the Falcons destroyed the Raiders with a final score of 43-6. Both of these teams have had a mediocre season. The Falcons played this game without their star receiver, Julio Jones. This shows that the Falcons can step up and overcome these obstacles. For the final NFL game of the week, in a rare occurrence, the Steelers played the Ravens on a Wednesday afternoon. The Steelers won 19-14. It was a close game, but Juju Smith-Schuster played a great game with his 4th touchdown this year with 9 targets and 8 receptions. TJ Watt's holding up the defense with 2 sacks, 4 tackles, and 3 assisted tackles on the game. Next, we are on to the NBA. The preseason starts next Friday, December 11th, with the first game matching up the Magic and the Hawks. The Knicks and the Pistons also play the same night with a same starting time of 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Following shortly after, the Rockets and the Bills play at 8. The last few games start at 10 and 10:30, matching up the Clippers and the Lakers, along with the Kings and the Trailblazers. Out of these 5 opening day games, the Clippers and the Lakers is the most anticipated. This is because the Lakers are coming off a championship for the first time since Kobe Bryant's 5th and final title with them 10 years ago. Also, it'll be interesting to see how Kawhi Leonard and Paul George respond after their 4-3 season-ending loss against the Nuggets in the conference semifinals last season. And the Lakers going 4-1 for the first 3 rounds and 4-2 in the finals. The regular season in the NBA starts on the 22nd of December. The NBA is doing this so that they don't have to compete with the Tokyo Olympics that start on July 23rd of 2021. The first game will be the Brooklyn Nets hosting the Golden State Warriors at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. There is a game later that night at 10, which has the Lakers hosting the Clippers at the Staples Center in Los Angeles, California. This has been what has happened in the past week in the NFL and what is going on in the NBA. Until next week, see you later.